Let's study about the concept of polymorphism in object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programs in Python are based on three basic principles, that is encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance. In this video, we will learn about polymorphism. In my last video, I discussed about encapsulation, and here we will learn what is polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? The word polymorphism means having many forms. That's mean in programming, polymorphism means the same function name but different signature being used for different types. It means we can write multiple functions with the same name, but the argument or the parameters must be different. Or in other words, we can say that polymorphism is an object-oriented programming concept that refers to the ability of a variable, function, or object to take on multiple forms. A language that features polymorphism allows developer to program in the general rather than program in the specific. Now I will explain these points with an example. First, I will show you an example of inbuilt polymorphic function. As we all know that Python programming language has a multiple of inbuilt function and a number of functions follows the principle of polymorphism. Let's see. Suppose I want to see the length of a string. So for that, I am using the len function, and you all know that len is an inbuilt function of Python. Suppose I am writing ABCD. So this length is working on a string. At the same time, this len function, the function name is same. Now it is working on a list. Here I am writing a list. Say I am writing 10, 20, 30. That's all. That's mean the same function name but different signature being used for different types. Here I have used this len function. The function is same, but the signatures or the parameters are different. Here it is string and here it is a list. Now look, if I run the program, so it's working fine with different data types. Next, polymorphism with a function and object. It is also possible to create a function that can take any object, allowing for polymorphism. Let's demonstrate with an example. Let me first delete these two lines of code. Now look. Here I am creating a class named as parrot. So parrot is a bird, and here I am defining two functions which exhibits the properties of parrot. So one is fly, and here I am writing parrot can fly, and the second property is swim, self, and under this I am writing parrot cannot swim. Again, let's define another class named as, say, penguin. So within the penguin class, I am going to define the same property of the functions which the parrot has. The first one will be define fly. Under this, print penguin can't fly. And in the second function, that is the swim function, I am writing print penguin can swim. Now let's create a common interface. Here I am writing common interface. Here I am defining a function named as flying test underscore test, and this function will accept a bird object. This bird can be a parrot or a penguin because both parrot and penguin are bird type species, and this bird is ready to accept, or you can say refer, a parrot type object or a penguin type object. So within this common function flying underscore test, let's write bird.fly. So if the bird is a parrot, so we will test whether parrot can fly or not. If the bird is penguin, then we will test whether penguin can fly or not. That's mean bird.fly, this line will test one of these two properties of the bird, that is the fly property. Now let's instantiate two objects of the parrot class and the penguin class. Instantiate objects. First create a parrot class object. Suppose the parrot name is blue equal to, I think you remember how to create an object of a class. This is the object name and this is a class name. Next, Peggy equal to penguin. That's mean Peggy is the name of a penguin. Now let's pass these two objects to the fly test function. Here I am writing passing the objects to the common function flying underscore test, and the parameter is blue. Next, call the same function and send Peggy to the fly test function. Now look, here I am writing two functions with the same name. So whenever we are sending blue, so this blue will be sent to this bird. That's mean bird is now pointing to blue. So whenever we are calling bird.fly, that's mean it will call or invoke the fly function of the parrot class, because this time bird is pointing to an object of the parrot class, that is blue. So whenever we are calling bird.fly, that's mean it will print parrot can fly. But now look, when we are calling flying test Peggy, Peggy is an object of the penguin class. So this Peggy will be initialized within bird. That's mean bird is pointing to Peggy. So this time when we are calling bird.fly, that's mean we are calling Peggy.fly, and Peggy is an object of penguin class. So it will now call the fly function of the penguin class, and this time it will print penguin cannot fly. So look, this time also the polymorphism principle is seen over here. How? The same function but with different signature or different types. This is blue, a parrot type object, and this is Peggy, a penguin type object. And this comes from two different classes. So the two functions having the same name with different signatures, and this is what we called polymorphism. Next, polymorphism with inheritance. I will discuss this after inheritance topic, but for the time being, that polymorphism in Python defines method in the child class that have the same name as the method in the parent class. Look at the example below. Here are two classes, class A and class B. Class B is inheriting the class A. So this is the way of inheriting a parent class. That's mean B can use some property of class A, and both the classes have the same function. Within class A there is a my function, and within class B there is also a my function. So when B is extending or inheriting the properties of A, that's mean class B will inherit my function of class A within it. At this time also polymorphism property holds. I will discuss this scenario in more details in later videos. Thank you.